Dear colleagues and partners of the Nature Conservancy, my name is Francisca Tondró. I'm the director to Accelerate Impact, and we want to invite you to be part of a system change analysis that focus on environment and people of the Selva Maya and coastal reaches of the Mesoamerican Reef system in Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala, the SMR region that we will call it onwards. We are reaching to you as a key thinker or partner with a unique insight into the environmental, economic, political, and social context in which we work. Our goal is to accelerate collective actions to address threats, challenges, and opportunities that live inside of this human environment ecosystem. This requires a better understanding of the contribution of individuals, communities, and organizations over the past decades to improve the environment and the well-being of people who call this as a region home. This video explains how we will be gathering the input for our system mapping of the SMR region. A system approach, as you may know, is grounded in the understanding of relationships between people and nature environment and the diverse needs and activities. It requires multiple perspectives and deep collaboration to support flourish natural environment and people's need as aspiration and potential. We look forward to developing a collective pathway that reflects these diverse contributions, just as like my background, where we hope to reflect all the contributions and all the visions among this incredible SMR region. We are excited to work with Bounce Beyond and follow their methodology for collective ideation and analysis. And we are very grateful for your time and insights. And we are very confident that together we can identify how to set in motion to accelerate meaningful and transformational change to ensure that people and nature thrive in this unique and very complex geography. As a first step, we will ask you to help map the current reality, desired futures, and pathways to accelerate our journey to those futures. This video explains the process we're using to do this. We ask you to respond to a survey that this video is introducing. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fran. Hello there. I'm Leslie Southwick Trask, a member of Bounce Beyond. Other members on our team are Steve Waddell, Johnny Norton, and Ian Kendrick. We represent a global community who focus on the co-creation of accelerated pathways for large, complex system transformation towards a flourishing life for all living beings. The vision of Bounce Beyond and TNC are completely aligned. Welcome to this part of the video, which introduces the Three Horizons approach to systems mapping and the survey that we are asking you to complete as an important part of the Systems Change Initiative. This is the second survey that we have conducted with TNC, the first of which was completed earlier this year with key members of SMR. The introduction we just saw from Fran headlined our first Three Horizons process and remains as the foundation for why and how we are approaching systems change throughout the Selva Maya and Mesoamerican Reef. When the first Three Horizons results were presented in Belize, it was determined that these maps were missing input on the finance, markets, and agricultural systems that are pivotal to TNC and SMR realizing the 2030 goals. Such is the reason why you are being asked to complete this survey. While the methodology is the same, you are being asked distinct questions targeted to your specific areas of expertise: finance, markets, agriculture. It is clear that we're dealing with a complex system with many aspects interacting all the time. To help us gain a shared view of this landscape from multiple stakeholders and their perspectives, we use a Three Horizons process. This is a way of looking at where we are now, where we would like to get to, and how we might get there through what we like to think of as adaptive pathways, a way forward we can adjust as we go. So let's take a brief look at the Three Horizons process. When we draw the three horizons, the vertical axis represents alignment with the purpose of the system. Here we explore how the system is meeting the demands, influences, and dynamics that affect the realization of its purpose. The horizontal axis represents time. In our systems work, we tend to look at a 10-year time frame. Here is Horizon 1. It represents the origin of the system and how it was designed to meet its purpose. We can see that over time, the system, as designed, can become increasingly less able to address the ever-increasing complexities, dynamics, influences, and demands that are coming at it. This reduces its ability to deliver on its purpose. We call this stance business as usual, as it focuses on keeping things running and delivering what it sees as essential. Here is our Horizon 3, the world we envision and to which we aspire. This is the world of the visionary, looking past our current world and into a better future. We can see some small aspects of this visionary future already in our present world. They reveal the principles of Horizon 3 now, even though they may be small initiatives away from the mainstream of Horizon 1. Here is our Horizon 2, bringing us out of Horizon 1 and towards 3. This is where transformational catalysts and systems come into focus, starting or working with initiatives that have the potential to lead us to our envisioned Horizon 3 system. We can think of initiatives in H2 as H2 minus. They can get captured by H1 to prolong its life. And then there are H2 plus initiatives. These are the ones that have the real potential to bring us into our Horizon 3 world. Think of catalyst as an action and/or initiative that has transformational potential. H2 initiatives might be thought of as having twin strands of DNA. There are aspects of Horizon 1 in them and of Horizon 3. We know that these three horizons coexist. They are all present at the same time, whatever their stage of development. This bar represents a small time slice in our journey. The idea here is to show that at this point in time, Horizon 1 is dominant. Horizon 2 and 3 are forming. How they interact at this stage is important because it helps us to think how the transformation begins. As this bar moves through time, we can see that the relationship between the three horizons changes. We should also bear in mind that the pattern of the three horizons shown here is the ideal one. It does not always go that smoothly. And so, to our work together. We are looking to develop a shared understanding of the financial and agricultural systems that are or could affect systems change throughout the Salva-Maya and Mesoamerican Reef in Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico. For the purposes of this survey, we refer to these ecosystems and the people of this region, as I've already said, SMMAR. We do this with a view to developing accelerated adaptive pathways to bring about financial markets and agricultural systems change in this region, and to identifying existing and potential initiatives and actions that will ensure that the people and nature thrive within this region. This is a collective effort, which will involve multiple players, roles, and approaches in SMR, both within and external to TNC. The goal for these systemic changes is to accelerate the transformation of SMR to ensure that people and nature thrive. We're equally focused on how we will work together to create the momentum required to accelerate our systems change. This Three Horizons survey and the follow-on systems mapping are helping inform how we collaborate within TNC and with other key players in the region. Let's move on to the survey. For Horizon 1, we have 3 questions. For Horizon 3, we have 2 questions. And for Horizon 2, we have 2 questions. We are asking you to respond from your specific area of expertise, finance, markets, or agriculture. These questions are contained in full in the Google survey form, which is linked to the end of this video. Please continue to listen to this video, since your understanding of all of the questions will help you discern what information we are seeking for each of the 7 questions included in this survey. Our first question in Horizon 1, the current system: how are the current financial, market, agricultural systems, and here we're including structures, programs, products, instruments, you let us know, showing signs of strain and/or struggle in addressing climate change, biodiversity loss, and human well-being? So here we're looking at where the current systems are showing signs of strain or struggle. The second question is about what is missing in the current financial, market, or agricultural systems that's inhibiting TNC's ability to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and human well-being. And the third question is what aspects of the current financial, market, agricultural systems need to be maintained or built on to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and human well-being. We are always trying to think about what parts of the current system need to come in to the future work of TNC because they have such value to offer. Let's look now at the second set of questions, which happen to be around Horizon 3, our vision for the future. This is like a time capsule. You come out of it, and now you are looking 10 years into the future and look and experience thriving systems around you. So put yourself in 2033 with the art of imagination. What is your vision of an evolved finance, market, agricultural system that is measurably addressing climate change, biodiversity loss, and human well-being? Here, we are asking you to be ambitious with your aspirations, allowing yourself to go beyond rationalized thinking of, well, what was really going to be possible? However, not getting lost in visionary platitudes. Still staying in 2033, what are the crucial elements, features, aspects, strategies that are bringing this finance, market, agricultural vision into reality? So take a stand for the future, 2033. And now we get to our Horizon 2. This is the transformational journey. The first question we're going to ask you from 2 perspectives. Let's look at the question. What changes, developments, and/or innovations are already emerging in financial, market, agricultural systems? And here again, the structures, the programs, the products that could accelerate, from the first perspective, TNC's ability to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and further the well-being of people and nature. Second perspective is SMR's ability to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and further the well-being of people in this region. This is why we sent you the SMR context briefing. Please read through this summarized report of this region so that you can better address the answers to this question. The second question in Horizon 2 are what actions and/or initiatives are required to accelerate these changes, developments, and/or innovations in the financial, market, and agricultural systems to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and further the well-being of people and nature. So that's it. Those are the 7 questions we're asking for you to respond to. How are we asking you to respond to them? Well, we're hoping that you can provide 3 to 4 responses for each question. Each response will be placed on a virtual post-it. So think about this when providing your answers. All we need is a topic heading for each response and a very short description. You can add links to other resources, documents, or websites if you feel they enhance your description. You can see from this example of one of the clusters of responses that we created from the SMR survey, how helpful it is to be concise. These are not big post-its, but not too concise when providing your answers. So here you can see that we have a description of what needs to be considered around the current system. This is a response, but does not give us the kind of detail that really helps us understand how this system is functioning. So finding the balance between descriptive and conciseness is key in your responses. When we start to then put these clusters of responses from you together, we start to see an initial systems map. What you see here are the clusters of all the responses that came in for the SMR survey. This is Horizon 1. Here we see Horizon 3, and here are the responses to Horizon 2. We're going to meet with you during the week of March 20th to do the clustering activity for the responses that have come in from your surveys. What do we do next? Well, then we translate those initial cluster maps into system maps. Here, for example, is the Horizon 1 map for SMR. It tells the story of how the current system is showing up, where its strains and stresses are, as well as its levers for potentiality. Here is the story of the future. This is the SMR vision of what is hoped for and what is intended for this region as we think about addressing the climate change, biodiversity loss, and well-being for humans and nature. And in the middle, our transformational pathway. This is Horizon 2 mapped. It shows the different areas where there is potential for leverage and how, from a systems point of view, action can be taken to move as quickly as possible from Horizon 1 to Horizon 3. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. These maps began with a survey, just like this one, with you as one person filling out these questions. One person at a time, one answer at a time. That's how this began, and this is where it leads us. We're going to do this particular systems mapping during the week of March 27th, as we look at the finance, markets, and agricultural system maps that are going to help us in SMR. To help you with sending us your inputs, we have prepared a Google form that has the survey questions and spaces for your answers. As this video is embedded within the Google form, simply continue through to the survey after you have finished watching. If you are viewing this video externally to the Google form, you can follow the link provided on the screen or in the email sent to you. Well, that's it for us. Thank you for your attention to these instructions. We look forward to sharing the results of this work with you, which will include all of your input. I'm going to turn to Fran once again in how she wrapped up the SMR process earlier this year. Over to Fran.
Thank you so much for dedicating your time, energy, and insights to help us build a system understanding of Selva Maya and Mesoamerican Reef, their past, present, and future. This work will allow us all to identify system change levers and pathways to accelerate the realization of our goal of protecting and sustaining this region critically important ecosystem and the lives and livelihoods of those who call this region home. We plan to get back to you and other partners and stakeholders to share and revisit this analysis and identify new opportunities for collaboration and future actions to ensure that people and nature thrive in Selva Maya and Mesoamerican Reef. Thank you very much.